So, welcome back to the second video of my channel. I've now decided it's going to be called Journal of Journey. Just basically reflecting what I want this channel to be. Like myself talking for a bit, my thoughts, and then my travels as well when I come around to doing that. So I just wanted to talk about today, like my sort of main physical symptoms that I've come up with, whatever I'm going through. So talked before about the fatigue and stuff. This is kind of just like talking about my physical symptoms, the other ones. So right off the bat, I think a symptom that has been happening all throughout my life, but much more prevalent now, or at least I'm more aware of it now, is the bruxism, like teeth grinding at night, just general like jaw tightness, jaw being tense all the time, and that obviously leads to a bit of pain, like ear fullness. It's been messing around with my ears. Maybe that's the thing that's making me feel off balance and dizzy. And I have that as well, feeling off balance and dizzy all the time, pretty much. There have been a few nights where I wake up in the morning and I get chipped teeth and stuff. Like I'd wake up with bits of tooth in my mouth, which is obviously pretty grim. So I'm definitely doing a lot of teeth mashing throughout the night, which isn't good. So that's one symptom. I mentioned the dizziness, that's another one. Yeah, just generally feeling like just not stable, basically is the way to say it. Yeah, just feeling like I'm never really stable, essentially. Never like in walking correctly. I always feel like something's slightly off, like I'm on a boat, which I know how other people describe it. And then also I get this weird like drop feeling, like I'll walk along and then suddenly it will just be like that, like absolute split second, but it's enough to throw you off. And that can be when I'm not thinking about anything, when I think I'm not anxious, but that just comes up, and then obviously you're thinking, I really need to get to the bottom of this and figure out what actually is causing this stuff. So it sends you in loops of thinking and like spirals like that. So yeah, not a good symptom at all. Also feels like kind of you're just about to collapse or like fall asleep when that happens. It's like a drop, like when an elevator gets to the top, when a lift gets to the top of it, when it gets to the floor and it goes up a bit and then it like sort of has that feeling. Yeah, a bit like that, just like a general uneasy feeling for like a split second. And then also what else? Like talking about the fatigue again, just feeling, this is like not necessarily a tired fatigue, but what I've noticed is I'm feeling it more and more recently, where like I'll have to do something, like for example move my hand, but I feel like it's not necessarily don't have the energy, but I feel like I literally just can't be bothered. It's so hard to explain, but it feels like I really can't be bothered to exert. Well, I guess it is then a bit of energy, but yeah, I feel like I can't move my limbs sometimes, and obviously I can. Or it's like I have some food in my mouth and I feel like I can't swallow it because I don't really have the energy, or I like don't feel like doing it, which is such a weird thing. And it's obviously very like off-putting, not like quite a scary symptom, because it's like my body's not really agreeing with what I want to do, and I don't know why I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's been a tough one to deal with. Just and general, like along with that is also like touching. For example, if I touch my shoulder, touch my arm, doesn't really feel like my arm. It feels like, I don't know. I don't know how it used to feel, because this is the thing. I've been like this for a year and a half now, but it just feels off. It feels like when I touch my own skin, it feels like I'm not really touching it, or like I can feel me touching, but I can't feel like me receiving the touch, or like the other way around. I don't know. It just feels like off. It's the only way I can put it. Yeah, that's been a pretty challenging symptom as well, because you notice it like if you're, for example, like just washing your hands, like you feel like, oh, this doesn't feel right. So that's all the time. That's 24/7. And along with that, sort of feeling like I'm slightly off center within my actual body itself. For example, like I said, washing my hands, washing my face, while we go like that, it feels like one side feels more real, almost. Feels like one side of my body is less present. That's the only way I can really describe it. But like, and when you search that stuff up, it's like, oh, this is like signs of a stroke and stuff like that. But I mean, I've had this for a year and a half and it hasn't gotten worse. So I know it's nothing like severe, but still, it's a really uncomfortable symptom to have to deal with. What else? Yeah, quick little update, I suppose. I have started talking to a therapist guy, and he's like helping out a bit. Yeah, which has been helpful to sort of talk through everything. Because I think the main problem I have is I can't believe that all of these symptoms are caused by anxiety, DPDR, whatever it is I have. When they probably, like, they have to be. Like, that's the only explanation, because all other doctors' tests and stuff come back like fine. Which is a bit, yeah, it's such a confusing place to be in. But a big thing that's given me hope is like hearing other people's stories, reading what other people have gone through, which like are pretty similar to most of my symptoms. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I suppose I just got to take each day as it comes. That's how you do it. And when it does get really bad, for example, if I'm in a hangover, I've drunk a lot the night before, I cannot deal with hangovers anymore, like at all. It feels absolutely awful. Like, yeah, I feel like literally every second of the next day I feel like I'm about to die, which is not a nice place to be in. I don't know if that's a combination of the alcohol or the bad sleep that you obviously get after drinking alcohol, or like whatever it is, but yeah, I have to really limit myself with that now. Yeah. And then also, for example, on the bad days, like if I have a hangover, or just in general, if it's like a bad day, just getting super tired, like tight neck pretty early on in the day. Really, my eyesight just goes. Even in the early, late afternoon, it can just feel like off, like I can't really see things properly. Yeah, and it just makes it really hard to, like, for example, if I wanted to do exercise, it just, with this symptom where I feel like I can't move my limbs properly, like it's super hard to do exercise like that and go for a run when it feels like I have to manually, obviously you have to do it normally, but like manually move each one of my legs if I'm going on a run or something like that. It just feels really off. Yeah, and also another big symptom that comes up is like I'll just feel super like a zap of energy, like a massive lack of energy, for like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even longer, but that's just like the initial bit. And in that moment I feel very like cold almost. I'm very aware of my, like, for example, if I'm wearing a t-shirt, I'll be able to feel the t-shirt in that like 10 to 15 minute period where I'm like super aware of everything. I just feel really off. It's literally the only way I can put it in that short period. And the only way to get through that is sort of just chill for a bit, or yeah, it's only really time that gets me through that. So as I said before, not the best place to be in, but we're gonna move. Well, we have to move. We have to keep trying. We have to take each day as it comes, and there's no point. Yeah, we just got to keep going. And I think, like I said, deep down, I know this is probably all related, all in my mind, or whatever they say, but that doesn't help. You know what I mean? Like, it's still in my mind. So yeah, it's just managing that, and so much conflicting advice online and just in general about what to do. Like, take these meds, don't think about anything, do exercise, blah blah blah. I mean, I get that it's like probably helpful advice. It's just, it seems all over the place. Like, you ask someone about taking meds, like, oh, it was great, it saved me, and you ask another person, like, no, it made me much worse, and I'm struggling with the withdrawals and everything like that. So everything's like so up in the air. I think I'm just at the moment trying to, like, obviously I can't not think about it because it's there, and like I have the physical symptoms of it, but I think I've just got to like keep on trying to put it out of my mind as much as possible, and like when the symptoms do show themselves, then just tell myself, yeah, this is, like, I know I have this, like I've had this for a year and a half and it hasn't gotten severely worse, so is what it is. But yeah, a little channel update. I'm off to China in a month, so hype for that. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that. I'm a bit concerned about my tiredness and everything like that affecting the trip a lot. But I really hope I can pull through and enjoy it. And if all goes well with that, I want to stay out in Asia for a bit. I think it will be good for me to get out and about. Yeah, like I haven't published the first video at this point, so I don't know if this is going to anyone. As I said before, doesn't really matter if it's not. This is just like a document for what I'm going through, just to help me log my symptoms, as well as just putting it out there, because I know other people are going through similar stuff to this. So, and I'm at the point where I really couldn't care what other people think about it. Yeah, I just gotta live my life. So, and unfortunately, this is my life for a bit of the time being. So, is what is. Yeah. Thanks for watching, if anyone is, and yeah, keep going.